Good evening and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. We are live here at Tom McIntyre Stadium on the campus of Melbourne High School. Tonight I'm joined by Logan Pettit. Logan, how you doing?
Doing well, Billy. How we doing tonight?
Beautiful night for football. Looks like the rain's going to hold off. Big matchup, at least based off social media this summer. Logan, what are your thoughts on tonight's matchup? It's first time they played since 2006.
Twitter fingers were flying all summer into the season. Now the game gets figured out on the field, so it's going to be exciting to watch. We got athletes for both teams. Going to see some interesting matchups tonight. You know, staunch Melbourne defense versus a passing attack that Coco has, as well as a couple other things. But I'm excited, man. It should be a pretty good game.
Yeah, for me, the key is can Coco get the running game going. We all know that they can light up the scoreboard. You know, they played two nationally ranked opponents. They played Space Coast, did what they did with Space Coast last week. Blake Boda and company could throw the ball around, but can they get that run game going? Can Malachi Coney get loose? And the question mark for me is Melbourne is can that O-line hold up?
Right, yeah, and you know, in the Kickoff Classic, I watched Coney carry the ball. He looked good. He looked good doing it. He sawed off. He's different from what you think of as a Coco running back. He's not necessarily like a blazer like an O.J. Ross, but he's powerful. He runs hard, and you know, Melbourne's got a pretty good win on the schedule already, going up to Jacksonville and beating Orange Park. So you know, what you want to see is can they carry that momentum over and beat another marquee matchup tonight in county.
Yeah, Coach, like we said, it's the first time Melbourne's played Coco since 2006, and Coco did win that game 13-0. We'll have a trivia question coming up later for a chance to win a $25 gift card to Slow and Low Barbecue. Looks like Caleb's going to show Melbourne coming out on the field. Melbourne will receive the opening kickoff. Coach, one thing we know about Coco, Logan, is they got a lot of speed on that sideline.
Oh, yeah, a ton of it. I mean, you know, their backups are fast. Their backups are fast. And they talk about it, Coco speed. You know, that it's part of their program. So, you know, we'll see how deep that speed goes tonight. But they've got playmakers specifically at receiver. They got about 15 receivers that can make plays tonight. So that'll be fun to watch. Highlighting that group, of course, is Rick Darius, Day Farmer, and the big man, Kion Calhoun. See if they can get them going early and often.
Trying to get this set up here. Referees.
Looks like Jalen Clark, number 5, is the lone return man.
And they will kick it straight down the middle of the field to Jalen. That's going to go out of the back of the end zone. Melbourne takes over 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Logan, for Melbourne, again, like we said, can their O-line hold up for this D-line and give senior quarterback Hunter Turner time to do what Hunter Turner does? Yeah,
and if they can give him time, you know, watch out for him. The kid can pick defenses apart. He's creeping up slowly on becoming the all-time passing leader at Melbourne High School. I think he's got the yards, if I'm not mistaken. But
he's got the yards, he's got the touchdowns, he's coming up on completions, and
yeah, we were told before the game he needs 14 completions to take over that whole stat line as the all-time passer here at Melbourne High School. So if they give him an opportunity, he can make it happen.
Coach, this is my first time seeing Melbourne. I'm really interested to see this running back transfer from Arizona.
Yeah, I am as well. It's my first time. Yeah, Wesley Lambert. You know, I hear a lot of good things as he gets the pitch there. And
brought down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 2. And, Coach, that honestly looked like a Coco play right there. You know, yeah. Coach Schneider ran that a lot last year with O.J. Ross. Well,
you know, knowing what I know with Melbourne, they've got stuff built off of that as well. They might have a read with the quarterback based off of that, or even like a play action, so to speak, where they're faking that toss and hitting like a quick glance route right where the linebackers should be.
Hunter Turner takes a high snap. He's going to try rolling outside. He's going to keep this one, makes a man miss. And right there is the Ohio State commit, Cedric Hawkins. You see just fly sideline to sideline.
Yeah, and Hunter tried to hit him with a little hezzy step, and you know that's why he's going to Ohio State. Hawkins, he didn't bite on it. He played it and came up and delivered the tackle in the alley. That's, you want to see that safety be able to run the alley and make the tackle in open space.
That'll be a 5-yard gain for Turner. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for Melbourne on their own 24-yard line.
That's another thing to watch with Turner. He's athletic enough to where he can make plays on the ground. So if they're keying in on something, he can take off and run. He's not afraid to do it either.
Turner drops back to snap. Going to throw it out quick to number 1, Lambert. And that Cocoa defense is just right there. He'll be brought down at the line of scrimmage. So 4th down and 6 early for Melbourne.
And tackled by the linebacker, Davion Parham, number 25. Good open field tackle.
Logan, it's pretty windy here tonight. Coming out of the north, blowing south. So,
yeah, it's something to keep in mind. I mean, it kind of got windy right when we got here, too. It was pretty nice, and then suddenly this wind picked up. We thought maybe the rain was coming with it, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain. It just got some wind, so that can affect conditions, too, kicking, passing, and whatnot.
Low snap for Melbourne. He's going to get it up. He's going to kick it.
That's a good punt.
Cedric Hawkins is about 50 yards deep. He's going to take the bounce. And he's going to be brought down around the 34-yard line. Cocoa takes over 1st and 10.
Yeah, good tackle by 32, Logan Barnhill. Way to get down there and make something happen. You don't want that guy to get loose, and they bottom him up. Good play.
Coach, and here we are. We're on Cocoa offensively. One of our keys was to get Malachi Coney and the plethora of backs they have there at Cocoa High School. Establish their run game, something they struggle with this year. Like I said, we all know what they can do through the air.
And it looks like they're going to go empty here, so I'm not going to see a running play here unless it's quarterback draw or jet sweep.
A little bubble out to the left side.
And you're going to get a hold here. And that, that's a staple of that offense. They want to hit those quick passes. And I was talking to defensive coordinator Jeff Panucci earlier in the week, and they did everything in their power this week to kind of simulate that and try and take that away, make them feel uncomfortable, because if they can hit those little quick screens, those bubble screens, those stops, those nows, they're going to do it, and they're going to pick you apart doing it. So
we, in fact, will have a holding on the Tigers. That'll back them up. Spot foul will make it 1st and 18.
We can go empty again as well. I'd imagine you might see one here. That's Jaden Edgecombe and the number 3 in the trip side run a little bubble again. See if they can get it going. No.
Boda takes the snap. Boda's looking. He's got all day back there to throw. He's got a man. That is Day Farmer. It is caught.
Right by the sticks, too. Way to come back to the ball,
Coach, if Blake Boda's going to have that kind of time to throw the ball, it's going to be tough for Melbourne secondary.
Yeah, because here's the thing: if you're not getting that rush, as a DB, you're hoping you can only have to cover for 3-4 seconds. Boda had 9 seconds to throw that ball, and when that happens, you can run zone, you can run man. Somebody's going to end up being open.
2nd and 3 for the Tigers. Handoff to Farmer. He's going to make a man miss.
And I think depending on the spot, they're going to give it to him. Big pressure by Marquell Ford Watson. He's got to come in a little bit more under control and play that line of scrimmage. He'd have a tackle for a loss. Instead, he get it too far upfield. And you got a fast back like Farmer. He's going to exploit that.
Coach, for me, I'm looking right here, short side of the field. You got the Ohio State commit Cedric Hawkins versus the young, very, very talented J.R. Samuels.
Yeah, freshman.
He's a gamer. I've coached him coming up, and he's a gamer.
Yeah, Melbourne defense, they've got a couple of freshmen.
Low snap, ball out to the left side.
That goes to their big man, Kyan Calhoun, every bit of 6'5". Can run, though. A lot of times you see big receivers, more possession guys run good routes. Now, Kyan Calhoun, they'll both throw those screens to him because they know he can make a play doing so.
Coaching right now, those corners are playing 6 to 7 yards off, so Coco's just taking what they get outside.
Yeah, they're letting them have this short stuff.
Boda takes snap. He's going to throw it left side, incomplete, intended for Edgecombe.
And here's the thing, running that, giving them those little hitches and short stuff, you got to play bend but don't break. So once you get into the red zone, because they're going to try and pick you apart and get you into the red zone doing that. But once you get there, you got to really bow up and, not let anything. I get it. They're not trying to let anything over the top, but Coco's just taking it right now. 3rd
and 3 for Coco. Handoff left side, Malachi Coney. He's going to fight forward. That's going to be enough for a Coco first down.
Yeah, just a straight give. And like I told you, when we watched this team against Merritt Island, Coney ran hard. I mean, he's not O.J. Wright. He's not, the quick guys that they normally have. He's a little bit more of a bruiser, kind of sawed off, shorter, a little bit stockier, but he runs really hard.
And, Coach, I'm sure by the time Malachi Coney is a graduate of Coco High School, he will have left his own name just like O.J. Wright.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's still only a sophomore.
Boda takes a snap. He's going to take a shot deep. He's got Edgecombe. Drops it.
But, that's miscommunications with the safeties, because that's a slot. He's playing the slot there and runs a post. Those safeties got to communicate, hey, who's taking this? Because if you're in a cover 2, I mean, number 1 runs that quick route. That corner's got that. So the safety's got to figure out, hey, who's taking this once he cuts across the middle.
And, Coach, he actually set him up perfect. That was a great route by Edgecombe. He ran a corner post, corner outside and came back inside for the post.
It was good.
And it was wide open.
Yeah, you just got to come down with it.
Second and 10 for the Tigers on the Bulldogs' 44-yard line. A lot of empty sets here early by the Coco Tigers. Boda takes a snap, throws it underneath.
Oh,
it is going to be caught.
That's a nice hit.
Looking for a number on the reception, Coach.
That was 88. That's going to go to Javon Boggs, the sophomore. An excellent hit, clean hit, good hit by number 3, the safety. That's Draco.
Kendrick
Wright. Good kid. I've known Kendrick for several years now. He came over from Bayside. I coached him there. I coached him here at Melbourne. Just can't speak highly enough about Kendrick.
1st and 10 for Coco at the Melbourne 29-yard line. Boda hands off right side.
That's Bridgewater, the Rockledge transfer, coming over to the other side, and good run. Yeah, I've noticed the defensive line is standing up. I guess they're taught for that, in this particular game to stand up. I don't know what advantage that gives, but it's something to watch. Also, we've seen a couple low snaps as well. It's another thing to keep an eye on. It's kind of screwed up some timing, but
6:30 left here in the first quarter. Coco 1st and 10 on the Melbourne 16-yard line. Boda's going to take the snap. Throws it out left to Edgecombe. Logan looks like he may pick up 1 yard there.
Yeah. Well, that was
Wyatt Vitava on the tackle.
Wyatt Vitava playing corner. Yeah, that was a good play by the corner to just force him out of bounds. He had a short side of the field, and he was hoping that Edgecombe be able to make a quick move and get upfield, but didn't happen.
Officials timeout, water break. Slow and Low Barbecue Grill focuses on each customer's happiness and preferences. Their experienced chefs put a creative twist on every dish, always preparing crispy, appetizing, and delicious ribs, smoked pork, chicken, beef, and enormous turkey legs. Always expect the impeccable service and one-of-a-kind barbecue. Stop by either locations before, during, and now after the game, especially in Vieira on Friday night as Allen and Brevard Sports Network visits Slow and Low Barbecue, home of the BSN High School football post-game show.
And we have fun doing that post-game show. It's a good time. Come on out.
I'm still trying to hear if Caleb ever got any pork.
Caleb, did you get any pork? Sadly, no, not yet. Maybe one day, folks.
My man's been trying. What are we on, week 4 or 5?
He's due one. Yeah, it looks like Melbourne was showing blitz, and then they bailed out of it. Probably going to drop. Maybe only rush 3, but
2nd and 10 for Coco. Great job by the Melbourne defense there. Logan Barnhill
Yeah, they were ready for that screen. Like I said, Panucci said this week he wants to take that away. They took it away there, trying to go to the quick screen to Farmer, and good gang tackling, good fire into the football, and stopping that before anything could happen.
So 3rd and 10 for Cocoa on the Melbourne 16-yard line.
You know, and if you're Melbourne, hold them to 3 here, I think you call that a win. You know, the way they've drove the football thus far.
Boda takes the snap, gets pressure down the middle of the field. He's going to overshoot Farmer. He was open, Coach. For the
he was
overthrow.
open, but short side of the field here. I think it was number 8 on Melbourne, which is Ramir Davis. He came on a blitz, and he took that offensive tackle and almost put him right in Boda's lap, caused a high throw. Good to see that Melbourne was able to get a little bit of pressure.
4th and 10 from the 16 for Cocoa. They are going to bring out the field goal unit. Logan, you know what the last field goal me and you watched when we broadcasted was?
What's that?
Kick is up and good, so Cocoa will take a 3-0 lead. It was Denenberg over Merritt Island sending the Mustangs to the state title game.
You didn't do that with me, did you? I thought I was with Blue on that.
I was there too.
Billy, you were there too, that's right. It was the last field goal we watched.
Cocoa up 3-0 with 5:22 left in the first quarter. Logan, not a bad drive for the Cocoa Tigers, but like you said, Melbourne was able to get a
like I said, you know, they were okay. You know, they did a good job stopping the screen. They were okay giving up the little quick routes, the hitches and whatnot, and letting Cocoa move the ball as long as they didn't score, and they held them to 3 points. And like I said earlier, you know, if you're Melbourne, you hold them to 3 points on that drive after they move the football, I think you can consider that a win. Now you got to hope your offense can get back out there and string something together themselves.
Gabe Larisi.
Clark back to receive for the Bulldogs.
Stephen, the Osceola and Rockledge game is being broadcasted on, I believe, Space Coast Daily. Cocoa is going to kick off. Another short kick, going to be fielded left side. Is that J.R. Samuels?
Yeah.
And he'll get out to the 31-yard line. Nice little return by the freshman.
Yeah, not a bad return by the young man. Made something happen. The kicker kicked the tee almost as far as he kicked the ball, so that's probably what caused it to pop up a little bit. And good job getting on it and returning it, giving your offense good field position.
Definitely came a little short on that one. First and 10, Melbourne on their own 30-yard line. The second drive of the game for the senior Hunter Turner. Five minutes left in the first quarter. High snap. Hunter Turner's able to get under control. He's going to throw it short. That's Frankie Santiago on the reception to the 35-yard line.
And that's a connection you're going to see all night. That's one of his favorite targets, Santiago, him and Clark, number 5. So good to see they got that going a little early.
Logan, that's no surprise. Santiago and Turner have played together since flag football, and Jalen Clark and Hunter played, you know, the last couple of years of youth football as well. So.
Well, there you go. You know, long-standing relationship between the three of them.
O'Galley's up 7-0 over Harmony. Thank you, Donnie. Turner sends a man in motion. That'll be Clayball. Turner's going to keep it on the quarterback power left side. Turner's got a little bit of running room, makes a man miss, and he's going to fall down. It will be a 7-yard gain for a Melbourne first down.
Yeah, and just ran into his blocker there. Good gain, and I said it earlier, you know, Hunter can make things happen with his feet, and we saw right there on the little zone read, the defensive end crashed, gave him a nice little running lane.
Turner takes the snap, fakes it to number 1. He's going to throw it outside to Clayball. It's caught. It'll be a loss of 1.
Yeah, you almost wish he just didn't catch that one. At least you know, wouldn't take the loss.
Coach, I thought Lambert had a little bit of a hole if Hunter would have handed that one there. Second and 11 for the Bulldogs. Turner sends a man in motion. Turner's going to pitch it outside to Lambert. He's got a little bit of wheels. Tries to make a man miss.
You know, it's the second time that's happened where they've gotten hung up on the turf. You know, this is a fairly new turf field that they've put in here. You know, that's something to watch. You almost got to tell, you know, whoever the running backs coach is, tell them, hey, just put your foot in the ground and get upfield. Don't try and make something happen.
Yeah. Went straight to voicemail. 3rd down and 7 for the Bulldogs.
They're moving the ball here, though. They're, you know, helping their defense out after this, you know, only giving up 3 points. So let's see if they can pick this up.
Turner takes a snap. Turner's dropping back to pass. He's trying to go deep to Clark. He's going to throw it short to Lambert. Great pressure up front by the Cocoa Tiger defensive line. It's going to force for 4th down.
You got it.
Twister.
You got it.
Sometime today, right? 4th and 7 for Melbourne.
Yeah, and he had a little opening to take off with it. I like that his eyes were looking for his receiver. I don't know that he would have got it, but he had some room anyway.
Space Coast is up on Lake Toho. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name.
Toho Pekaliga.
Yeah, 7-0 Space Coast.
All right. How about them Vipers?
It'll be a punt to the right side. It'll take a Melbourne bounce. Be down at the 30-yard line where Cocoa takes over 1st and 10. Logan, again, this is where Cocoa started their last possession. 2:34 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they moved the ball until they got into the red zone. So let's see if, you know, Melbourne wants to play that same principle they were playing before. It to me, it paid off to them. I mean, giving up 3 is absolutely fine.
Kendall Signs has provided a vast array of quality signage, branding, and identity. What's up, buddy? Central Florida-based sign company, their reach extends throughout the United States and beyond. The manufacturing of custom signs for individual businesses continues with their fabrication plant on a daily basis. However, Kendall Signs provides their products and services on a larger regional and national levels to retail, commercial, and industrial clients who require quality signs, superior project management, and customer service. Blake Boda is going to hand the ball off right side. That is Bridgewater.
Still up.
Tough runner.
You know, and we said, hey, can Cocoa get the run game going? And, I mean, every run they've had has been for positive yardage, so far they have.
And I remember coaching against Bridgewater when he was playing for Rockledge Little League. That young man is a ball player.
Yeah, he didn't want to go down there.
Coach Steve from the Melbourne Hurricanes 12U tuning in.
Hey, Steve.
Sometimes we call him Pompano Steve.
Oh, yeah?
Boda with a quick to the outside. That's Boggs on the reception. Makes a man miss. He's off to the races. Kendrick right on the tackle along with Kivaris Cohen. That's a big, big play for the Cocoa Tigers.
Yeah, it's a big play. You know, and that's their bread and butter. That's, you know, we talked about their run game a little bit, and they are running the ball well, but that's almost like an extension of the run game. I know it's a cliche nowadays, but it really is. Get it out to your playmaker quick. Good block by Cedric Hawkins, and going at the young corner. You know, the corner's got to spike that and get off that block and try and blow it up.
First and 10 for Cocoa on the Melbourne 26-yard line. Hands off up the middle. That's Bridgewater. He'll be brought down after about a 4-yard gain.
And there you go, another positive run play. You know what I'm seeing is their slant in their defensive line, which, you know, makes sense. It's kind of the scheme of what they run, but you almost want a 2-gap against an inside zone or an inside veer type team. That way, you know, you're not opening up a gap that you don't need to.
Baker County 7, Vieira 0. Kevin Mays back in Brevard County.
The Tigers take a timeout. With
Timeout,
52 seconds
Cocoa.
left in the first quarter. It's Cocoa 3.
Head to a quick commercial break.
0.
Boda's going to hand off the Boggs on left side on the jet sweep. Makes a man miss. Wyatt Vatava on the tackle and Woody sweep. It's going to be close to a Tiger first down.
And Boggs has been kind of a pleasant surprise tonight. I don't think either of us really expected Boggs to be picking up these chunk plays with, you know, the more big name guys that we hear about, Farmer and Calhoun and whatnot. But, you know, that's another nice run from him.
It will be enough for a Tiger first down. 1st and 10 Coco from the Melbourne 17-yard line. This is where the drive stalled out last possession.
Yeah, you're correct.
13 seconds till the end of the first quarter.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him take a shot in the end zone here on first down. They get the snap off. There we go.
Boda will take snap. He's going to roll out left. Boda's going to keep this one. He's going to go out about the 4-yard line.
Boda's sneaky athletic, too, as referee takes a spill there. He looks like he's all right. Yeah, Boda's sneaky athletic as well. He's not like Widener, who they had last year, was more of your prototypical passing quarterback. Boda, when he needs to, can make plays happen with his feet, as we saw right there.
Good enough for 1st and goal for Coco.
Yep.
I'm going to head to another quick break.
Hey, this is Devon Dudley, and you are watching Bavard Sports Network. Oh, my brother, testify.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Coco.
Touchdown, Coco.
Billy, you could have ran through that hole.
Coco comes out with a bunch overload. Cedric Hawkins lines up straight up the gut for the Tiger touchdown.
Yeah, just a little inside zone with the Wildcat quarterback there, and he had 3 blockers. I don't know. I haven't seen very much Coco other than the Kickoff Classic. I don't know if that's been on tape or not, because that's kind of a abnormal formation to come out in. You know, it could catch Melbourne kind of off-kiltered with that too.
And the kick is good.
So with 11:57 left in the first quarter, Coco 10, Melbourne 0.
Melbourne 0.
Best Private Investigation specializes in many types of investigative services, including background checks, asset and fraud, fraudulent cryptocurrency recovery, civil and criminal cases, cheating spouses, child custody, fraud recovery, identity theft, cybersecurity, surveillance and tracking, executive protection, and missing persons. If you need help, don't settle. Go for the best private investigation services you can get. It would be fantastic if people were completely honest and things like fraud, deception, and impropriety didn't exist. Unfortunately, this is a real world, and not everyone plays nice or lives life above board. Because of this, it is sometimes necessary to seek outside investigative services when you need an outside service you can trust. Best Private Investigations. Call 321-508-4492.
Clark back to receive for the Bulldogs.
Coco is set to kick off. Jalen Clark will receive the kick. Jalen cuts upfield. Brought down by number, looks like 5 of the Tigers.
Caleb Dobbs. Good open field tackle. Now his helmet came off. I do believe he cannot play this next offensive snap.
Not unless you call a timeout. Titusville up 7-0 over MCC. Holy Trinity up 3-0 over Faith Christian.
How about them Terriers?
Coach Holmes is doing a great job. Young Terrier program.
And Clark is out there.
Turner takes the snap, fakes the jet sweep. Santiago Turner's got no time. He's got to scramble, gets it out.
Pass complete to the 47 for the Bulldogs.
Caught by Lambert.
Turner to Lambert makes it second and short.
A couple times he's found his check down and it's worked out for him. You know, make that Coco
Coach,
defense
he was
respect
scrambling
it.
for his life on that one.
Yeah, he sure was, but you know, you got to give it to him, keeping his eyes up, finding a receiver.
Second and 3 for Melbourne. Turner hands the ball off the gut. Lambert makes one man miss. He's fighting forward. Just shy of the first down.
2-yard pickup for the Bulldogs makes it third down.
Well, Lambert hits that hole pretty quickly. Pretty hard runner.
Coach won a state title at his school in Arizona last year.
Oh, he's a gamer, yeah. You know, I've heard a lot about him, and glad I get to see him in person now. He's a pretty good-looking ball player.
Third and 1 for the Bulldogs. Handoff up the middle to Lambert. I don't think he got there, Logan.
Well, it's going to depend on the spot. I thought he might have came close. No, they're going to mark him short.
4th and inches for the Bulldogs. 4th down for the Bulldogs.
And yeah, you know, Mel, you got to go for this here. I mean, all right, wedge, 10 wedge.
Turner will get the first down.
Plunging forward with enough yardage to give it a first down, Bulldogs.
You know, my sentiment there, you go for that 100% of the time. There's no reason not to.
You have to. Baker County strikes again, 14-0 over here. Turner takes the snap. It's going to fake it. It's going to keep it on the left side. Quarterback power. Got a holding on the left side.
That's a nice play. I've always been fond of that play. They run that counter a lot with the quarterback, or I'm sorry, with the running back going the opposite way where you have the guard and tackle pulling, but you add a read onto that when you got an athletic quarterback. That really puts the defense in a bind.
Holding on Melbourne. That'll back them up 10. First down and 20. .37 left in the first half. Turner takes the snap. Again, under heavy pressure, running and gets outside. Turner's going to be brought down after about a 6-yard gain.
Shaking up Tiger over there on the sideline.
Second down for Melbourne.
I mean, again, way to make something happen. You know, there's no edge out there. Take off with it.
So we got 2nd and 14. Turner was able to pick up 6.
Problem with that is, though, you don't want your quarterback taking those hits all night when he doesn't have to. I mean, I appreciate what he's doing, you know, scrambling, trying to pick up something for his team, but offensive line's got to give him a little bit more time so he can make some throws.
right, we're back after the injury. 2nd and 14 for the Bulldogs. Turner takes a snap. Rolls out right, hits Jalen Clark. Samadre Hawkins is right there.
Pass out of bounds at the
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for Melbourne.
And that's where you hate the holding penalty, because that's, you know, they run that without the holding penalty. It's a first down. It's a good gain, but good pitch and catch there. Good way to get your playmaker open, scheme him open, get the ball in his hands, and good pickup.
They marked him actually a little bit shorter than I thought, so 3rd down and 6 for Melbourne. Turner takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, tries to hit Santiago over the middle, overshoots him. 4th and 6 for Melbourne on the Tiger 46-yard line. Coach, what you got here?
Me, I would go for it again. It looks like they're going to play field position, but I'm a firm believer if you're 4th in positive yardage and you're on your side of the 50, or their side of the 50 rather, I'd go for it. You know, fake alert here too, that could happen, but yeah, me, I'm going for it. What about you?
I like to call plays, so I'm always going for it.
There you go.
He's having a conversation. Oh, good snap there. He's got an angle kick that one to the left. Beautiful punt.
That's a heck of a punt, though. I mean, I guess if you got that working for you, if it's, I don't know if it went into the end zone or not. He was kind of just watching it.
Bulldog special team downing the ball at the.
See, they got him.
Now, the ball can go into the end zone as long as it doesn't touch it, correct?
Correct. And you cannot be in the end zone.
Okay. It's tough to tell from up here, and they're going to call it a touchback. Well, you know, he's kind of delayed on trying to do that. I mean, he was watching the ball bounce, and
well, sometimes you get greedy, Logan. Sometimes the ball hits at the 4 and you can stop it, and you think, oh, it's going to take one more bounce. So I'm going to stop it in the air. Well, that one more bounce just put it 2.5 yards in the end zone. Now you can't get it.
Right.
So Cocoa takes over 1st and 10 on their own 20.
Uh-oh, bad snap.
Bad snap. Boda falls on it. It looked like he was going to try to pick it up.
Trying,
looked up and
snap takes it back to the 9-yard line.
I don't, you know, they might have a new center in there tonight or something, because, you know, I said it earlier, that's something to watch. That's not the first time that's happened. That's just the first time something bad happened of it.
Yeah, both teams have had high snaps, low snaps all day so far.
Yeah, they have.
Boda's going to scramble out to the right side. It's Farmer down the middle of the field. That's good enough for a Cocoa 1st down to the 31-yard line, and that's just having all day to throw.
All day to throw. He rolled the pocket out of there. It broke down quickly, but you know he avoided it by rolling out to his right, and that's a good job by Farmer, seeing what the quarterback's doing, and instead of staying on his route, start working towards the way the quarterback's going and play scramble drill, and found himself open there. That was another funky snap there and kind of screwed up the timing of that handoff.
It sure did, Coach. But he will pick up about 4. So 2nd and 6 for the Tigers. O'Galley 7, Harmony 6. Now the Harmony team is a very tough team, which will, you know, the Bulldogs will see next week.
District game, yeah. Yeah, they, you know, hard-nosed team, kind of a rural team. Got that blue-collar mentality.
Boda throws it out to the left side. Big stick by Kendrick Wright. Is that number 16 on the reception?
Wright or Varys.
Third down for Cocoa. Make some noise for the defense.
3rd and 2 for the Tigers on their own 39-yard line. Tries to draw Melbourne off sides. Handoff right side goes to Calhoun. He tries to cut. He's going to be short. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. So 4th and 2.
We got a flag too. Hold.
Holding against the Tigers is going to bring it back.
I think if you're Melbourne, you got to decline it and hope they punt here.
I would agree, and they're not gonna, they're going to take the yards.
I don't know that you want to give Blake Wood and company another shot to get a first down.
The least amount of possessions you can give this Cocoa offense, the better. Now they've done a decent job of containing them, but
it is 3rd down and about 26, but still, you know, we know what this offense is.
Yeah, I mean they had 3rd down in Babcock Street earlier on this drive, and they picked it up in one play. So. That's a huge sack. Nate Jennings on the sack, and he just whooped. He slid out last second to a wide 9 technique outside of the offensive tackle, and he just smoked that tackle. And that'll bring the Melbourne faithful alive.
Well, now we're going to 4th down in Vero Beach, Logan, so I don't think we'll see anything other than a punt, and the last punt for Cocoa is a little low.
I would attack this if I'm Melbourne. I'd send everybody. I would not have 2 guys deep here. I'd get that extra rusher, and I'd go after it.
Not a bad punt. It'll take a Melbourne bounce. So great field position for Melbourne here. 1st and 10 on the Cocoa 34-yard line.
Yeah, Melbourne can make something happen here. I mean, shoot, you know, pick up 1.5 first downs. You're in field goal range, so.
I'll be curious to ask Coach Panucci and Coach Lugo at the end of this game what the reasoning for standing up that D-line has been. It's not something I've seen them do.
He's slanting them, and I guess I haven't seen it either. But I guess the idea there is they're quicker on the slant by standing up. But I don't know that I would be playing a lot of slants with the zone run game. I would 2-gap more of it than I would slant. But that's why he's down there and I'm up here.
Thought we had a referee's break for a second. Not sure what we got here. So it's 1st and 10 Melbourne. 5:15 left in the first half. Turner takes a high snap. He's going to throw it quick. Santiago right there. And then there's a host of Tigers after about an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, good pitch and catch there. Like I said, move the ball, you know, a couple more plays like that, you're at least in field goal range. You got the wind to your back here. But they're not thinking 3. They want 7, and I would too.
Turner fakes a jet sweep. Oh, we got a fumble on the play.
It's incomplete. It's a shovel pass. It's a shovel pass. It's incomplete. Hey,
Some discrepancy here. Of
Melbourne definitely has a valid argument. That was a
yeah,
shovel pass.
it was a shovel pass. It should be an incomplete pass. You're absolutely correct. Kind of a clunky play, though. They, you know, faking the jet motion and then getting the shovel pass underneath, and it may have caused the. And they're moving it back up to the original line of scrimmage, I think. No?
Good call, John. John.
But anyway, I like to play design. I just don't know if you need the jet motion on it.
Referees are trying to figure out where they got to place it because the down marker already moved.
The discussion of whether it's a
Sure, somebody's got a huddle sideline.
it was on the
Yeah.
and the fumble would put it back, but they'll make the right decision.
That's terrible.
And They're going to keep it as a fumble, I do believe. That's going to make it 3rd and long, and the Boo Birds are coming out, and I think rightfully so. That ball should be up around the 30-yard line.
3rd down for the Bulldogs.
So 3rd and long for Melbourne.
How do you miss that? Terrible.
Four minutes left. Turner's going to roll out right. Got a man deep, overshoots Frankie Santiago wide open.
Thought he had him. From here, it looked like if he would have reached out and got it, he might have had a case there, but kind of stopped on the route, which is uncharacteristic of Santiago. I like that they rolled the pocket, though. You know, rather Coco is getting a lot of pressure, and
Hunter did tell me that this week, that if the O-line was not able to maintain that pressure from Coco, they were going to try to roll him out as much as they could.
And that's smart. You know, move the pocket, allow him to, get away from all of that, and it worked. I mean, he had Santiago open. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 12.
4th and 12 for the Bulldogs in Coco territory. Turner drops back, steps up in the pocket, throws to the outside.
And
Santiago had a stick.
And Coco runs a lot of man free or single high or cover one, whatever you want to call it. And Melbourne's done a pretty good job of running man beating routes. Routes that break back towards the quarterback, and you can kind of shake off that man coverage, as we saw in that return pattern there.
First and 10 Melbourne on the Coco 25-yard line. Hand off to Lambert. Logan, he gets a bounce outside, and there's Cedric Hawkins right there.
And the Melbourne crowd thinks they're a little too much extracurricular afterwards.
Logan Cedric came flying downhill, met the young man in the hole, and just...
Yeah, I've said this before, man. We get a lot of talent here in Brevard County. We're fortunate to watch good football, but when you get one that, is rated as a 4-star, and you can say stars don't matter, and to a certain extent they don't, but to another extent they do. When you see a player of his caliber, I mean, it's different. And it reminds me, I coached Chase Smith at Bayside, and he came to Melbourne as well, and it was just different. Now he's with the Miami Hurricanes.
Those linebackers, Hawkins and number 25 for the Tigers.
3rd down.
Davion Parham, they are just flowing.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys can tell from the stream, folks, but 15, Davion Hawkins, that's a big kid. I mean, he's thick, and he runs. That's kind of an asset to have in a middle backer, especially in a 4-2-5 scheme. And Coach Diesel likes to run.
Turner takes the snap, fakes, he's going to throw it up top. And it's going to be dropped by Santiago, and they're going to
call it incomplete.
Call it incomplete. We thought we had an interception by the Tigers, so incomplete. So
it's incomplete. 3rd down for Melbourne.
Heady play by the safety, though, Josh Brown.
Coach Pettit, I don't know where the daycare came from right here next to us, but
apparently we're on diaper duty tonight as well.
On the 20-yard line.
They're everywhere. These are all your kids, man. You brought them with you.
We love the kids, Coach Pettit. We love the kids. All this running around, they're going to be tired tomorrow. Melbourne will attempt the field goal. It is up.
Snuck in, I think.
It is good.
And Coco had a real opportunity of blocking that, and he just snuck it right over the fingers of big number 56, Davion Hilson, and popped it right in there like a chip shot.
2:01 left in the first half. Coco 10, Melbourne 3. Logan, I think first half has been as advertised.
Yeah, it's been a good football game. I mean, I think a lot of people thought Cocoa was going to come out here and kind of roll them up, and Melbourne's not going down without a fight. I mean, it's a one-possession ball game, 2 minutes left in the half. Melbourne's a good football team. I mean, won district last year, deep run in the playoffs. They return a good amount of that talent, and they're hanging right in here with Cocoa. Well, pooch kick, and that's going to go onto the beautiful new track here at Melbourne High School.
Ball out of bounds. Cocoa will take over 1st and 10. The Melbourne High School football program would like to thank Mego Mallory.
I also think that's kind of by design. You don't want the athletes that Cocoa has back there.
Well, here's my gripe. Squib it.
We watched what Farmer did last week against Space Coast.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. You don't want to kick it deep, but you also don't want to give them the ball on the 37-yard line.
On the post.
1st and 10 for Cocoa.
Boda takes a snap. Makes a couple man miss.
That's another sack there. That's going to be low. Barnhill coming in, flying in and making the sack. And
it's actually Vitava, number 21.
Was it? All right, the young man, the
sophomore,
sophomore, coming back from an injury last year that took his freshman season from him. Good play by the Melbourne defense. They're hanging in there tough.
Coach White is a pure athlete. Everybody's going to look at him. He's undersized. He's always been undersized, but he's got a motor and he's got speed.
Yeah. Well, as evident right there, and he plays bigger than what he is.
Toho and Space Coast tied up at 7. 1:51 left. We do got a timeout. Head to a quick break.
Last opportunities to get a picture taken for the yearbook. Again, Wednesday the 28th, senior picture on property.
Caleb, we got any halftime guests? Are we watching the band? What we got going on?
The band.
All right, after the band. Are we back?
Yeah.
All right.
We've been back.
I apologize.
3rd and 16.
O'Galley 14, Harmony 13. So 3rd and 16 for the Cocoa Tigers.
And Melbourne's going to call a timeout here. A little confusion, I think. 56, Marquell Ford Watson is trying to come out of the game, and I got another D lineman on the sideline getting worked on. I think they might have been out of D lineman, a little kerfluffle.
I'm not sure what's going on with Markel. He is definitely looks banged up.
Yeah. Kid's a maniac, though. He'd play through it if he could. So this is twice now. Coco's been backed up, 3rd and long. Kind of a situation that they haven't quite found themselves in, at least last week. So we want to see how they can, how they'll be able to respond here.
3rd and long for the Tigers.
Hey, stay right in the flat. Here he comes. Here he comes. 3.
Boda's going to throw down the middle of the field. That's Edgecombe right at the sticks. He's going to be about a yard short. I would imagine the Cocoa Tigers are going to go for this one.
Yeah. Good play, though. If he gets that out in front of him, I mean, he's certainly picking up the first down. But
Watch the ball.
1:19 left in the first half. Handoff left side, Malachi Coney.
Oh. Hit him
all
with
the way down to the Melbourne 36-yard line. Big first down.
Hit him with
Tigers.
that double stanky leg there. Shout out Corey Broomfield, Coach Broom, giving me positive comments and boosting my ego.
Bayside High School. Osceola up 14-0 on the Raiders.
Short gain for the
Tony up the gut. Gain of 1. 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. 49 seconds left in the first half. At some point, we're going to see a shot here from Coco.
It's probably going to come right here. If I can.
I'm surprised they haven't gone up top here to the big 6'5" Calhoun.
I know. I've been waiting to see it. Well, they're in empty here, so almost certainly passing.
Although, like we said, Melbourne is playing off.
That was a heck of a pass.
Great pass, great reception by Jaden Edgecombe. First down, Tigers out of bounds at the 20-yard line, 23 seconds.
That's a tough pass to make, too, especially for a high school kid. You know, little wide side of the field, opposite side of the field, out route, and good coverage by the outside linebacker. He just put it right over his fingertips.
Boda has such a quick release.
Yeah. Almost like a baseball release, like a shortstop almost.
1st and 10, Coco on the 20. 23 seconds till halftime. Boda takes the snap. Boda's going to roll out left. Still rolling. Going to throw deep. Edgecombe is going to overshoot him.
Just missed him. He had him, too. And, you know, credit to Melbourne. They're getting pressure on him. Only bringing 3, and they're still getting to him.
14 seconds left till halftime.
Making Boda uncomfortable.
Baker County 21, Vieira 0. Halftime.
You know, Vieira's schedule doesn't really do them very many favors, does it?
No, not at all.
2nd down for Coco.
I believe they have Heritage next week. So if Heritage is not able to pull off that win tonight against Merritt Island, one of them's going to win next week.
Yeah.
The district game.
One of them's going to have to.
Louder.
14 seconds till halftime. Blake Boda takes the snap. He rolls. He scrambles back to the right. Throws it.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Is that Cedric Hawkins?
I believe it was.
Touchdown, Tiger.
And we got flags all over the field.
Got a helmet over here, too. I don't know, what happened with that, but – and that's tough for a left-handed quarterback to roll back out to the right and try and make that throw. So credit where credit's due. That was kind of a wonky play, though.
Well, again, Logan, there was 14 seconds on the clock when that was snapped. There's 2 left, so that play lasted 12 seconds. You can't cover that long.
No, you can't. And, they did a good job getting pressure. It's not like he wasn't pressured. He had to break the pocket, but you want to be able to get home when you're making that kind of pressure. Tough to tell if he got in here, if he caught it. The Melbourne crowd thinks the opposite happened, and, of course they do.
We're about 75 yards away from that.
Yeah,
so
but, you can't tell. You can't tell. Regardless, we're going to go with the call on the field, and it was a good play, good throw, good catch.
O'Galley up 21-13 over our Harmony.
Sounds like it's a pretty hard-fought game.
The legend Doc.
Melbourne staple.
Got a flag on the play. Kick is up and good. Offsides on Melbourne.
The kick.
And Coco will receive the ball coming out in the second half.
That's true. Shout out Cole Swancott, my best friend, watching tonight.
Is Cole in town or is he out of town?
Cole lives in town, brother.
He lives in town.
Married with a kid. Block.
Kick is blocked by Logan Barnhill.
Bad snap. That's what caused that.
16-3. 2 seconds till halftime.
I imagine Coco will probably give this the old squib action or
2 seconds left to play in the first half. It's the Cocoa Tigers 16, Melbourne Bulldogs 3.
Bill, what do you think so far in this first half?
Don't forget to visit the concession stand or the.
I think Coach Panucci's done a good job in the red zone. Obviously, you know, we kind of had that bend, don't break mentality like Grish had.
Right.
Offensively, Melbourne's moved the football. They've shot themselves in the foot. Honestly, I feel like Coco's just taking what Melbourne's giving them instead of taking shots, doing what Coco does. And, you know, hey, maybe that's part of the game plan. Maybe that Coco, we're not going to see those flashy plays and things like they had last week. And, you know, no disrespect to Space Coast, but I think Melbourne's program is in a better spot than Space Coast is right now.
Sure. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, going back to Melbourne's defense, Panucci's got a good game plan going. And
Bulldog fans, October 7th.
Containing them, containing the rush, getting pressure. You want to see it get home. And
there you will find
Coco defensively kind of doing the same thing. It's kind of been a defensive matchup.
Again, you know, as advertised, you know, maybe if that touchdown doesn't happen right here before halftime, we have a one-possession game going in. And, you know, on the BSN rankings, it's #2 versus #4.
Yeah.
So don't forget to tune in tonight to Alan Slaughterzinski and the Brevard Sports Network at Slow and Low Barbecue, a post-game show. We'll have a trivia question coming up in the third quarter for a chance to win a $25 gift card from BSN and Slow and Low. You'll have to go pick it up from Mr. Allen at Slow and Low either this week or next week. But we'll have a trivia question coming up. And the first person that types their answer into the system that we see will be the winner.
The correct answer, not just any answer.
That is true. That is true.
Hey, come on out to Slow and Low tonight. We have a good time down there in the post-game show.
You up that way?
Well, I live up in Rockledge, so, you know, it's on the way home for me. But, yeah, I've gone the past 2 weeks. We've had a great time. Just as I predicted, squib kick.
Jalen Clark will take it, and he doesn't have much blocking. And he'll be brought down to the 33-yard line. That will be halftime. Coco 16, Melbourne 3. Coach, we pretty much gave our first half thoughts. I know Caleb said we will be watching the Melbourne band here shortly. We're going to head to a quick commercial break, and then we'll have the bands live.
Tonight, they are led on the field by percussion captains Hannah McDowell, Jalissa Mayer, and Hope Wood. Guard captains Maddie Maddox, Rochelle Vandell. Band president is Haley O'Neill, and drum majors Marissa Stoll and Emma Brown. Tonight, we dedicate our show to our seniors and our guests from Central and Hoover Middle School. Seniors, thank you for creating a legacy that will go on forever. Your 4 years in this program have been incredibly rewarding for us all. The 2022 field show is titled Artistry Rhythm, a tribute to Stan Kenton. Drum majors, Marissa Stoll and Emma Brock, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the seniors of the band on senior night and the pride of Melha.
All right, folks, we have about 8 minutes left till second half kickoff. We will be back with second half action right here on the Brevard Sports Network.
Let me know when you're ready. All right, folks, welcome back. We got about 6 minutes till halftime is over. Got a special guest, Melbourne High basketball coach Trey Thompson. Coach, how you doing tonight?
How you doing, man? I'm doing pretty good right now. It's a good game so far. How you doing, Billy?
I'm doing all right, Trey. Well, tell us about the Melbourne basketball program this 2022-2023 school year.
We'll get there, man. But what a good first half, man. I mean, defensively, both teams locking in really well. I'm very excited for the basketball coming up in fall, but football is good, man. Basketball's going to be good, man. It should be a good year, Billy. I mean, we lost Carlin, who was the best player in the county last year. Point guard and EOS and Kylan all gone. But we have some good guys. Nate King coming back his senior year. Some good
straight
seniors,
shooter.
Man. Yeah, amazing shooter. Gavin Miner, Noah Petroni, our seniors, Kyler, Jacinthe. I mean, some really good players coming back for their senior year. So it should be a good, fun year. I'm excited. Hope you guys have some games this year, baby.
I'm sure Alan and BSN will be there. Trey, I know you played here, you coaching here, so is the Melbourne atmosphere like it was when you played ball here?
I'm going to say it's getting a little better, and I think that is a benefit of social media. I think pushing out more. I mean, the football culture and sports culture is always going to be great at Melbourne High School, but, I mean, we look around, both sidelines filled, parking lots filled, overflow to Sears and Publix. It's getting back to a place where, we want to make the culture here at Melbourne High School for every sports game, one of the best. And, I mean, I remember back when I was in high school, man, crowds were packed, the cheerleading team was rolling, the teams were good, so it's just getting that culture back. And, I mean, step by step, I mean, Kentai's second year here for football at least, being 3-1 going against, a state powerhouse really is. It's pretty amazing to be in the game here so far. So,
Coach, I'm sure some viewers know, big-time Ohio State fan.
Yes, sir.
Cedric Hawkins, the Ohio State commit for the Cocoa Tigers.
Really good. I can't wait for him to wear that scarlet and gray next year for sure. It's going to be a good time with him there. But, I mean, this is exciting. Coach Grish is here next to me right now. Getting a little talk. But, yeah, Cedric's a beast, man. I mean, shout out to him. And also Day-Day Farmer. It's really two good guys on that team over there. It's a good program at Cocoa, man. Hopefully the second half, we can get a good close finish here. But Cedric, yeah, definitely great to have him be a Buckeye for next year for sure.
All right, we're going to – a couple more minutes here. Or I have to bring it up. Dallas Cowboys.
Jesus, man.
Dallas Cowboys.
We're back. Cooper West is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh,
stop,
man.
Well, I'm gonna say if we can get Dak back by week 8, I think we'll be floating around 5-3, 4-4, and I'm okay with that. I think our defense is playing really well. I mean, it's really like a kind of funny story because always the Cowboys, the butt of the joke is their defense is bad. So like now to have them come back as a defensive team and 11 from Heaven's good. I love Diggs on the outside. Lawrence is doing his thing. If the defense can hold us and we can score a few points here and there, good luck. But if CeeDee Lamb is listening, he's on my fantasy team. I need you to do something this weekend, please. I need more than 4 points. So yeah, man. Cowboys Super Bowl champions. If you guys are listening though, book it now, Billy.
There's always that. I think your Buckeyes got a better shot than your Cowboys.
Yeah, man. We'll see what happens. Honestly, man. I'm not too nervous.
Not at all.
So if you're listening, man, tomorrow 1:30, Bayside High School, my City League, West Melbourne Broncos will be playing a little football here.
Coach youth football.
Yeah, I'm more of a hype kind of guy. Billy and Durfus really run the show. I'm just kind of there for good photo ops, but it's exciting, man. It's a great program over there. I think, again, overall, sports in Brevard County, we can say, Billy, and agree, like it's really turning around to be, I think, one of the premier counties in the state when it comes to football and producing athletes. So it's really exciting to have that.
Back where it should be. We got some scores tonight. Rockledge is struggling 21-0 over. They're losing to Osceola.
Osceola's tough.
I think a lot of people were deceived by Osceola's record.
Yeah.
Some people thought Cocoa. They don't realize who you play when you play.
Right, and they play those two monsters from down south.
Yeah, Jones in Orlando and St. Thomas down south.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to the Rockledge, man. I think, again, overall the county is looking good, man. AP, shout out to you. Let's get a win tonight, Bulldogs, man. Let's pull it through. I got a final score for you, Billy, before I leave. Calling it now. 24-19. Bulldogs. God bless.
That was Melbourne basketball coach Trey Thompson joining us here at halftime. We are about a minute away until the kickoff, and we're going to head to a quick commercial, pay some bills, and we'll be back. Second half.
Make sure you look around and look at the banners that are hanging all over the stadium and around the fence around the track.
Ready? All right, welcome back to the second half. The Melbourne Bulldogs will be kicking off to the Cocoa Tigers.
You should be supporting these
Coach Pettit, what are your keys to the second half for the Melbourne Bulldogs?
I think they got to keep doing what they've been doing. The pass rush has been there. You want them to get home a couple times and, try and take away that run. Coco's kind of abandoned their quick screen game, which is exactly what Melbourne wanted them to do. So, keep playing your game and don't let up any more big plays.
Some halftime scores. Osceola 21, Rockwood 0. Holy Trinity 10, Faith Christian 8. Titusville up 36-3 over MCC. Satellite 14, Astronaut 0. Lake Toho 19, Space Coast 7. And here we are at Tom McIntyre Stadium. Melbourne set to kick off to the Raiders.
Tigers,
my bad. I'm still reading the Rockwood score.
People.
Yes, I apologize. I'd like my Cocoa people. 17 breaks that tackle.
And CJ Bragg and did a lot of dancing for going nowhere. I'd rather see him put his foot in the turf and just.
That's the Merritt Island transfer, correct?
Correct. I believe both him and Varys both came over from Merritt Island, 16 and 17.
So Cocoa takes over 1st and 10 on their own 28-yard line, leading 16-3. Coach, and your keys for the Tigers?
You gotta pass block better. You got to keep up with that run game. The run game has been there. They're picking up good yardage on that. Try and get back to your quick screen. See if Melbourne is laid off of that a little bit.
Calhoun and Farmer got to get into the mix.
And
There's Calhoun.
There you go.
Out of bounds at the 36.
That is Kidrick Wright and Woody Sweet on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3 for the Tigers. Edgecombe hands the ball off up the middle. Patience is there.
He almost lost the ball.
Tigers able to pick up the first down.
He was very patient in the backfield. Was Coney. Good enough for a Tiger first down.
Melbourne showing blitz on the short side. He bails out.
Outside the Bogs.
And they're going back to that's an RPO. I don't know who exactly he's reading. Probably the overhang, seeing what he's doing. And Melbourne putting him in a difficult position there.
And one thing Melbourne's not going to do, Logan, is give up the big play. They're going to let Cocoa chunk them down the field.
Because, you get to a certain point. We saw it on the first drive of the game. You get to a certain point of the field, you run out of room to dink and dunk. It's either you're in the end zone or you're not. So it's a good strategy. Outside of the one big play, it's played off for him so far.
2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Handoff goes to Coney. He makes a man miss. Otavo slows him down, but he's still able to get free for about a 5-yard gain. So
that's what I'm saying. Coney runs hard, man.
Cocoa facing a 3rd and 4.
Otavo had him dead to rights there, and he squeaked out of it somehow and picked up a couple extra yards, making it 3rd and manageable. Billy, it's interesting that they haven't tested the young corner on the wide side of the field yet. They haven't really gone at him.
Goes right side of Coney. He's going to fight forward for a Tiger first down. Well, Hawkins did catch that touchdown on, that side of the field earlier, but however, that was
that wasn't designed.
That wasn't a coverage.
Yeah, that was an athlete being an athlete on a kind of a scramble play.
The Vieira Hawks get on the board. They trail 21-7 in the 3rd quarter.
There you go.
And off left side and immediately met in the backfield. Nate Jennings.
Short gain for the Tigers.
And that was a good play by the defensive lineman. Coach Schneider likes to run what we call dart play or tackle power. The tackle on the backside is pulling, and defensive lineman got on his hip and ran him down the line of scrimmage, made the play from the backside.
2nd and 9 for the Tigers.
Mini footballs flying our way.
Yeah, heads up.
Cheerleaders got some arms on them.
Former Bulldog coach, Coach Rao, sitting next to us, says someone need to sign her up.
I agree. Slinging it.
Cannon. Boda takes a snap.
And the pressure caused that little late blitz off the edge by Low Barnhill.
Makes it 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Good time to dial that up on 3rd down by Coach Panucci. And Lowe's an athletic linebacker. He's a guy that you can really blitz from that overhang kind of nickel backer position. He likes doing it too.
Quick,
very quick. Yeah, oh yeah. Kind of a tweener, linebacker, safety type guy. Big 3rd down here from both teams, and we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout by Coco. We'll have a quick sponsorship read here. Connect Sports Funding and Consulting. Does your team or organization need funding? Let Connect Sports Funding do all the work. Check them out online at www.connectsportsconsulting.com. Uberzati is a set of scientific
cross-country runners and you're racing tomorrow. Go home. You have a race tomorrow.
Scientifically developed protocols that have been refined and perfected over the last 20+ years to rapidly develop athletes beyond their normal capabilities to build sustainable speed, power, agility, endurance with optimal running form and efficiency that translates to peak performance and injury prevention in whatever sport the athlete competes. Note, Uberzati is for serious athletes ranging from middle school through high school, college, and professional levels. Uberzati is not for young children looking to have fun or more mature individuals looking to lose weight, get in shape, or do CrossFit. If you are one of those athletes, call 321-412-5972 or visit online at www.uberzati.com.
Like we said, big 3rd down here for either side. Melbourne showing blitz. They're going to bail out of it.
He's got a man underneath. That's Boggs.
And Boggs has been the go-to man tonight. Another really good pass by Boda and an excellent catch by Boggs. Pick up the 1st down and a little bit more.
26. It'll be a 1st down for the Tigers.
Boda pitches out left side.
And a pickup of a couple on that toss play. You know, Melbourne's not giving up that edge. They strung that out. And
makes it 2nd down.
I picked up about 4 or 5. That's more than I thought.
Boda hands the ball off the middle. That's Malachi Coney up close to the 1st down. See where they spot him.
And that was that RPO play again. They had the quick screen on the wide side of the field, and Melbourne did a good job of getting penetration there. They just didn't come in under control and got too far upfield, and that opened up a little running room for Coney.
Quarterback sneak by the Tigers.
He's still
fighting forward. We'll see where they spot him. He's going to be, it looks like he has the 1st down, but we'll see where the official spot is.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Melbourne did a good job. They initially stonewalled him, and
this side official on this near side is a lot further than now the far side official just scooted up. That's a 1st down, Coco.
Yeah, and it was the 2nd effort there and getting pushed forward for that 1st down.
Referees give Coco a 1st down. First and 10 for Coco.
Boda takes snap, throws a quick tunnel screen to Calhoun. Makes a man miss. He's up, still on his feet. Touchdown, Tigers.
And, folks, that's that combo of size and speed with him. You don't throw 6'5" receivers tunnel screens, but you do when he's Kyan Calhoun. You saw how quick-footed he was and big enough to, make a couple guys miss on the tackle and go into the end zone. And they've been waiting for that. Coco's been waiting for one of those plays to kind of pick up a chunk-type play like that.
6-minute drive by the Tigers. Kick is up and good. So it's 6:28 left in the third quarter. Coco leads Melbourne 23-3.
It's Coco 23 and the Melbourne Bulldogs 3.
Coach, Melbourne has to respond right here.
Yeah, they got to get points on the scoreboard and by way of a touchdown. They need 7 here to, keep it close because Coco's the type of team, they get blood in the water, they start circling, and you don't want that to happen.
They can light it up quickly. And Jalen Clark will receive the kick. Met by a host of Tigers. Those guys are fast down the field.
Yeah, they are, and they're good at making those open field tackles. And this is where the depth of Melbourne's going to get tested. They got a couple key guys that go both ways, like Clark. You don't necessarily see that on the other side of the ball.
Officials timeout, water break. We'll head to a quick break.
Hello, Space Coast. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your support of BSN and allowing us to cover your student athletes and come into your home each and every night. Give us a follow on Facebook at Brevard Sports Network, and here's to many more years of top-notch sports coverage right here in Brevard County. Thanks again.
Hi, this is Michelle Rycroft with Beach Wave Volleyball Club, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network.
Well, Coach, looks like we missed the penalty on that kickoff. So
I guess so.
First and 10 on their own 15. Santiago in motion. Hand off to Lambert, left side.
If Lambert would have cut it to his right, he had a big old hole. Instead, he went back in where all the Coco defenders were. He might have still been running. I mean, it was wide open.
Second and 7 for Melbourne. Turner fakes the pitch and keeps it up the gut for a gain of 2.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd see the read that early. We talked about it early on in the game where they've got plays built off of that toss play, and we just saw one there. Simple read. It was the right decision. Just Coco defense closed down on it pretty quick.
Third and 5 for Melbourne. Turner drops back to pass, does a quick intended for Clay ball, broken up.
Josh Brown on the breakup there. Read that perfect. Now, Coco's defense kind of saw what Melbourne was doing earlier. They were running the little quick stop routes and hook routes and whatnot that Coco was getting away with, and they say, you know what, we're going to take that away. We're not going to let them dink and dunk anymore.
Glad to see Eric Clark back on the sideline for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. When I played here, I think, Billy, was he in your grade or?
He was a senior when you were a freshman or sophomore.
Freshman, yeah, freshman, I think. But yeah, I remember watching him play. Electric player for the Bulldogs. Played pretty much everything. Offense, defense, little quarterback too, if I'm not mistaken.
He did do a touchdown pass in the second-round playoff game in our comeback win against Atlantic.
Yeah.
Cocoa has it 1st and 10.
Palm Beach Atlantic.
And that was back before we had a turf field. There was that big mud pile in the middle.
Yep, that was our junior year, yep.
New gym facility I don't think had been built yet either.
Nope. Eric went on to play at Gannon University where Melbourne running back Tony Wright is.
Oh, yeah.
Big Bulldog, thank you to Troy Alexander and Blue Marlin Real Estate, Box Play, Coastal Hyundai, Elijah Shoots Photography, and Florida
First
Breeze.
and 10, Cocoa on their own 49 to start this drive.
Bulldog football.
Their second drive of the second half.
Good field position for Cocoa too.
Boda takes a snap. That was a quick out. Gain of 8.
That was to the young man Nicholas Teeter, the 10th grader.
Holy Trinity transfer. Boda drops back. He's going to throw a quick out to Edgecombe. Melbourne was sitting on it right there.
Yeah, they were, and that wasn't his first look either. They were trying to bait him with that little quick screen. They had a slant going over top of it. He faked the block and ran the slant, and Melbourne did a good job of covering that up.
3rd and 5 for the Tigers. No prediction by me, Jesse. No prediction by me.
None from me either.
And Cocoa gets Melbourne to jump.
I don't know that it's going to be enough for a first. It looks like a long 5. It might be. He'll be right at it.
Offsides against the Bulldogs is going to give Cocoa a 1st down.
Yep, they're going to give him the first. You can't do that if you're Melbourne, man. You got to be more disciplined than that. Can't jump, especially in a situation like this where you really need to keep Cocoa off the board.
1st and 10, Tigers. Quick screen to the outside. Titusville 44, MCC 3.
How about them Terriers?
2nd down for the Tigers.
.340 left here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 4 for the Tigers. Handoff left side. Nowhere to go. He may have gotten one.
Minimizing any gains for Cocoa. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Tigers.
That D-line was ready for the dart play there. Tackle trap, and that's twice now they've done a good job of defending that. That's a play that Coach Ryan Schneider likes to go to, for that tackle pulls.
3rd and a long 3 for the Tigers.
And that's another ill-advised mistake.
The young D lineman from Melbourne jumped off sides.
And that's 2 first downs on this drive that Melbourne's gifted Cocoa.
Is that Farmer on the carry?
No, it's Bridgewater, I think. Yeah. Helmet comes off. He's going to have to come off as well. A lot of helmets hitting the ground tonight.
Coco into the heart of the Melbourne defense. Very small game.
And it's a big thing that happens with those Rydell speed flexes because they sit so high on your head.
That, and they're adjustable to the sense it's not like a traditional chin strap where you snap it on with a buckle. It's like a, I don't know
It's
what
a
you
weird
call
mechanism.
it. Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like a thing. That's the best I could explain it, a thing.
It's a slide and lock.
Slide and lock, there you go.
2:10 left in the third quarter. Caleb, you awake over there? Maybe. All right. Got a good football game on our hands. Coco leads 23-3. They are driving 2nd and 8 on the Melbourne 28-yard line. That's going to be a loss.
Yeah, that was weird. That took forever to get the handoff off, and that, again, it's going to screw up the blocking. But mistake by Coco there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Makes it 3rd and long for Coco.
Third and 9 for the Tigers.
Defense. Get loud.
Get up there, Wyatt.
Boda's going to scramble out to the right. Deep shot.
And he took a lick, too, and delivered that. He knew he was about to get hit, and he just
Touchdown,
delivered
Tigers.
a strike.
Great ball by Blake Boda.
Beautiful ball in the face of pressure.
It's 21-0 Osceola. 1:03 left in the third quarter.
Touchdown for the Tigers.
It's 29-3, and feels like it should be closer than that, but Coco's just kind of nonchalantly lived between, the 30 and the 30, and then all of a sudden, touchdown.
When Boda scrambles, good things happen for the Tigers.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it twice tonight on the scramble drill.
Extra point is good. 1:03 left in the third quarter.
With
Coco
1:03 left to play in the
30,
third quarter, it's Coco 30,
Melbourne
and
3.
Melbourne 3. The kicking spot
All right,
up
now
to
we're
the
live.
Bulldog 45.
Yeah, Melbourne's been guilty of that going back last year. I mean, penalties start to mount, and when you're in a game like this is the last thing you need is penalties to start mounting up, especially 15-yard variety.
That kick will go into the end zone. Logan, all that comes to mind when something like that happens to me is Todd Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
And just how that was not going to happen.
It was not
his tenure in
tolerated.
Melbourne.
Wasn't going to be tolerated. And I mean, I don't know how many times, even in practice, you start mouthing off to one of your teammates or whatever, and he'd start practice over.
I believe it was my senior year. We were probably about 20 minutes away from being over at practice.
Yeah.
Started that junk from stretch over.
Sure in the heck would. And tell you what, those teams were disciplined.
First and 10 Melbourne on their own 20-yard line. 1:03 left in the third quarter. Turner rolls out right. Makes a man miss. Intended for Jalen Clark, broken up by number 9 of the Tigers.
Jordan Holmes, good play by Jordan Holmes.
Younger brother of Keziah Holmes, the Penn State transfer to Florida State.
Now with the good guys up in Tallahassee, and we're happy to have them.
Those guys in Tallahassee. Coach Pettit, I know you're an alumni. I'm a big No fan myself. 3-0.
3-0, baby, looking to go 4-0. Got a big commitment by a 5-star receiver, and things are looking up there in Tallahassee. I like the direction we're going. And
what you think about the all-whites?
I liked him. I wish if I had to knock it, I wish the face mask was a garnet color. But, I mean, I'm splitting hairs here. I mean, I thought it looked good. I wouldn't mind seeing those helmets pop back up in the season again.
Turner fakes the Jets, going to throw the screen to Santiago, and Coco is right there.
Yeah, and this is kind of a different Coco defense we're seeing here. I mean, they were getting pressure, but Melbourne was picking up yards in the first half. Now they're just stifling them.
40 seconds left in the third quarter, 3rd and 10 for Melbourne. Coach, I like those all-whites. It just seems like every time FSU wears something flashy and nice, they just don't play well. But, hey, great job last week at Louisville for the Noles.
Got the win, and I wouldn't say we played well, in the first half we played poorly, and came back in the second half and played a lot stronger in that game. But, yeah, you're right.
Turner's going to roll out right. He is under pressure. Nowhere to go, and Turner's going to be pushed out of bounds.
And I'll tell you what, Coco got away with a face mask there. The defensive lineman got a handful of Hunter Turner's face mask, and they did not get the call there. That would have given Melbourne a first down, too.
Bulldogs facing a 4th down.
I don't know who that defensive lineman was. I think it was number 50, DeAndrevius Dorsey. That's a big man, and he was moving awfully quickly there. Got away with the face mask, but that doesn't negate the fact that a big kid just ran very fast.
4th and 20 for the Bulldogs on their own 10-yard line. 6 seconds left. They are set to punt. Got to have a good snap here, Coach.
Yeah, you have to. Former long snapper, I put one in the back of the end zone just like this against Vieira. And
beautiful kick. Cedric Hawkins calls the fair catch at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, snapped one over Jamie Wallace's head, and you remember Coach Oz, he was not thrilled about that.
Dan Oswald, the special teams guru.
Special forces, Billy, right. Special forces.
Right. Into the third quarter here, Coco 30, Melbourne 3. Head to a quick break. Fourth quarter, Coco 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line with a 27-point lead.
And they're going to burn a timeout.
That's never good. Coming out of the end of a quarter.
Yeah, it was a closer game. You'd really question it, but I guess you can kind of afford it here with the comfortable lead they built. But still, never a good sign coming out of.
And obviously, Logan, lead or no lead, you're still working on
getting yourself right.
Things right for the remainder of your season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this is going to be one of the better teams that Coco plays. Obviously, we got St. Thomas and Jones and Rockledge. But Melbourne is one of the, the good teams on Coco's schedule.
And yeah, you're right. And they got
that is most of Coco's schedule.
They got Sanford Seminole coming up as well. That's going to be a tough game.
Alan will be covering that one over in Seminole.
I'll be with him.
Okay, all right. I'll be at Heritage of Vieira next week.
Oh boy.
I'll leave this one off the Brevard Sports Network, but I get a text from my mother. My dad coaches at Heritage, so I get a text from her every week, so you can imagine what that says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boda is scrambling to the left side. Throws it.
Oh.
Incomplete.
He had it in his arms, bounced off of his chest plate.
It'll be 2nd and 10.
That's Edgecombe, you know. You don't see that out of him very often. Sure-handed guy, smart kid. That's a couple times now tonight, though. He's let him slip out.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Again, Boda on the scramble. He's going to keep this one. Gets out of bounds about the 49. We're going to mark him at the 50.
That little Euro step he took got him another extra yard. Sneaky athletic. And if you're Melbourne, you're getting good pressure. You got to tell him, look, if you're going to keep getting pressure, you got to take away that left. As a left-handed quarterback, he's going to want to go left. Force him right, make that throw a lot more difficult on him.
3rd and 6 for the Tigers. Again, Boda's going to scramble out left. Throws it incomplete. I would imagine we'll see Coco go for one here.
I don't see the punt team mobilizing on the sidelines. Well, it looks like Boda's coming off the field. They might be, well, maybe not. Yeah, they're going to go for this. And, again, you're at the 50. Manageable yardage to pick up. This is what I would do, too. You know, Billy, it's interesting. We haven't really seen Coco get the ball too much to their playmakers like Day, and I know Calhoun had the one catch for the touchdown, but it's kind of been role players that we've seen more so than kind of the big names that we're accustomed to.
Absolutely. We got 10 seconds till we got to have a delay of game. 5. They do get a snap off. Boda hits his man, incomplete.
Schneider is not thrilled about his quarterback's choice there. He was giving him an earful, and now you're out. Hey, you can stop the bleeding a little bit. Punch one in, and get some momentum going for you. Good defensive stand by Melbourne there.
First and 10 Melbourne from the 50-yard line. Play ball in motion. Turner's going to roll out left. He's looking.
Oh, he's got him open.
Santiago wide open.
And that was designed. That was a good play design there. They've been rolling the pocket out, and passing on that side of the field they rolled out to. Well, they snuck Santiago on a backside wheel route. He got lost in all that shuffle. Turner stops on the rollout, finds him. I mean, he's wide open. Good play design by offensive coordinator Stephen Hughes.
First and 10 Melbourne. Hands off to Lambert.
Why are you blowing the whistle? He's still running.
Lambert picking up about 3 yards, makes it
2nd and 7 for Melbourne. Osceola up 24-7 over the Raiders.
Wow.
Intended for Santiago, incomplete.
I think Santiago's kind of happy he did not catch that because number 5, Caleb Dobbs, was flying down like a missile to take that out. Rockledge has played some good teams this year. I thought that they'd be a little bit closer against Osceola, 24-0. And Osceola is a dang good football team.
Osceola struggled with Treasure Coast, and Rockledge kind of had their way. But I mean, that's Friday night football in the state of Florida.
Yeah, that's football for you. Any given Friday.
Turner's going to roll out left again. Tries to run the same play. He's got nowhere to go. Coco all
lost
over,
the
balls
ball.
out. Recovered by the Bulldogs.
And I tell you what, Turner scrambling like that, he just tucks that ball away. He's got it hanging out like that. That's what happens. You get a hand stuck in there going for the tackle, even unintentional, that ball pop out.
Bulldogs facing a
Big sack there, Coach.
Yeah. I think Melbourne really has no choice but to go for this. I mean, it's 4th and Fellsmere. And what do you dial up here? 4th and 65.
Got to get to the sticks, Coach. Not much you got here.
You got verts, I guess. That's about it. But
he's got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it.
He passed the line of scrimmage, too. He can't throw this.
Turnover on downs. Melbourne had linemen downfield. He was past the line of scrimmage. That was a disaster on 4th down.
Well, that's the problem, with going for it. And I get the sentiment. I mean, you almost feel like you got to go for it there just to spark something. But you haven't really had time in your straight drop back game tonight. And really all you can run there is verts. And you don't have time for, the vertical route to get to the sticks there.
Turnover on downs. 1st and 10 Tigers. Boda takes a snap. It's going to hand off right side. Malachi Coney all the way up to the Melbourne 46-yard line.
Yeah, offensive tackle there. The right tackle for Coco did a really good job of sealing that edge and giving Coney a nice lane on that wide zone play.
Same play. Coco comes right back to it. Good enough for a 6-yard gain.
More of a modest game from the previous play, but still a positive gain there.
2nd down for the Tigers.
Second and 5 for Coco.
And they're going to get a hold there on 11, Nicky Teeter.
I didn't think he caught the ball.
He didn't, but
Heritage 20, Merritt Island 6.
Whoa.
Logan, Heritage has been in every game they played except for the Centennial. Well, I wouldn't even say that. They were in that game at halftime. And mistakes, fumbles, penalties have killed Heritage Panthers. The 0-4 is 0-4, but as deceiving as 0-4 can be.
Would you call them the best 0-4 team you've ever seen? Kind of like Nebraska was last year?
No, I don't think I'd say that. No. But, Coco was the best 0-2 team I've ever seen.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But on a serious note, it is good to see them putting some points on the board. I mean, against the state runner-up, we know that's not the same team that went to the state championship last year, but still, I mean, you can label it as we're up 20-6.
I believe the Jesuit quarterback transfer started. Boda takes a snap. Throws it deep. He's got a man wide open. C.J. Bragg. Touchdown, Tigers.
What a throw and what a route. Bragg on the post route, and Boda finding him between two defenders, and I think is it Varys or Bragg? That was Bragg. Split the two, but kind of adjusted it and moved so he was in between those two defenders to allow Boda to have a little bit of an easier throw. Not that it was an easy throw at all, but there's another big play by Coco, and
8 minutes, 16 seconds left in the ball game. Edgecombe, the holder, kick is up, and it looks good. 37-3, 8:16 left in the fourth quarter.
With 8:16 left to play in the game, it's Coco 37 and your Melbourne Bulldogs 3.
Palm Bay up 14-0.
Oh, who's that? Fort Pierce Central?
Yeah, Bayside beat them. We're back.
We are.
All right, Palm Bay up 14-0 over Fort Pierce Central. Coco set to kick off. Booming kick.
He can't take that out, yeah.
Logan, if I may be incorrect here, and I'm sure the fans will let me know, but I believe Coco got a transfer from Japan as a kicker. I don't know if he's still out there.
That is what I have heard as well. Do we got a number for the kicker? We'll see if.
I thought it was 84.
84 is Mao Saito. Yeah, it seems like seems accurate. He can kick it.
He's got a foot. That's for damn sure. Dang sure.
Darn sure.
Darn sure.
Caleb, clip that.
Gotta keep this PG. I apologize. Osceola 24, Rockledge 7. Turner in the gun. Takes the snap. He's going to fake it in reverse. No reverse. Going to throw this one away.
And that was smart to get rid of that. And Coco had that snuffed out. They're not giving him anything here in the second half.
New rule, high school football. There is no intentional grounding if you're outside the tackle box.
Even if it doesn't go to the line of scrimmage?
It has to go to the line of scrimmage.
It still has to go to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Okay. So what was the change then?
You used to not be able to throw it away.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, had to be a receiver right there.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the main rule changes for the 2022 season.
I'll tell you a rule they need to change is hurdling. It's a 15-yard penalty to hurdle. And I get it, player safety.
Penalize the kid for being an athlete.
Yeah.
Turner takes the snap. Now he's going to roll out right. He's looking. He's going to keep this one. Oh, big stick by the D lineman of Coco. Hunter was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He was, and he was looking for Santiago. He fell down on the route. If he was breaking inside, he had leverage. He had inside leverage.
Well, Logan, we all know if you're on turf, better plant with that outside foot.
Yeah, absolutely.
You plant with that inside foot, you're going to be rolling right underneath it.
Sure are. I don't know if he got tangled up with the defender or not also. I mean, there was a defender in the area, but.
Big 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Turner's going to throw this one. It's in the air. Incomplete.
And they want a pass interference, and I don't think so.
That ball just kind of hung up.
And hung up. It was underthrown, and he didn't impede Jalen Clark coming back to the ball.
4th and 10 for the Bulldogs. I would imagine we'll see the punting unit here with 7-18.
Yeah, they're punt units mobilizing.
I think you started without us. Should have known to get there before 10:30.
Good punt.
Takes a Coco bounce. It'll be 1st and 10 Tigers on the Melbourne 44-yard line. 7-11.
It'll be 1st and 10 for
know.
Jaden, the last reported score we got from O'Galley was O'Galley 21-13. I have not seen an updated score since. Look, I think it just shows you how deep the Coco Tigers are. Someone like Farmer and Calhoun, who really just not their fault. Melbourne's done a good job of being around them, and the other guys are making plays.
Yeah, I mean, give Melbourne a little credit from taking their playmakers away. I think there was a hold there that they missed on Farmer, but taking their main playmakers away, and Coco still finding a way here to kind of blow this thing open with younger guys too. I mean, we've seen Teeter make some plays. He's a sophomore. We've seen Boggs make some plays. He's a sophomore as well. as well as Coney. Coney's a sophomore as well, so the young guys kind of stepping up here when the veterans have been kind of neutralized.
Yep, Coney with a 10-yard run, 1st and 10 Tigers.
And there was a hold there by Farmer. He slung the guy who was blocking to the ground. He just didn't get that call.
Nowhere for Bridgewater to go. Ford Watson's right there.
And that's what Ford Watson can do when he plays under control. He beat his blocker, and instead of flying up the field and trying to make the play 6 yards in the backfield, he slow played it, stayed on the line of scrimmage, and still came away with a 3-4 yard loss. And that's what, when you have talented defensive linemen with high motors, you try and tell them, hey man, I get it, you got a clean shot at it, but you got to slow play that. It'll come to you. Don't get upfield, because when you get upfield, that's when you start making a crease for the running back.
2nd and 14 for the Tigers, 5:53 left. Boda takes the snap. Calhoun right there makes a man miss, and he's still fighting all the way down to the 15-yard line. 1st down, Tigers.
Man, he had the ball in his hands for a second, and you kind of got a glimpse of just how quick he can move. He shot upfield, broke a couple tackles, and then got brought down, but he is a quick player for his size. I'm very impressed by him.
I believe he was the one that scored in the state title game late for the Tigers.
He did, yeah. He did. Oh, well, you saw him on the screen pass earlier, too, when they scored. Somebody that's 6'5" shouldn't be able to move that quickly.
Farmer dancing, making a man miss. Gonna be a 7-yard gain. Satellite 27, Astronaut 0.
We just spoke about how the young guys have stepped up. We haven't called Calhoun and Farmer's name very often. Back-to-back plays, they go to both of them.
Don't worry, Coach. You and I both know, and a lot of viewers know. Those two get the ball in their hands, it could be quick. 6.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when you pay the ticket, you like to see it, though.
Yeah, that's true. Although, we didn't pay for a ticket.
Neither did our viewers, but hey, you give them a point. Boda takes the snap, hands the ball off Bridgewater.
Oh.
Great blitz.
Woody Sweet.
For a loss by the Bulldog defense.
Read that perfectly, came flying in there.
3rd down for Melbourne.
Undersized linebacker, but, I mean, as long as we've spent at Melbourne High School, around Melbourne High School, undersized linebacker is kind of the name of the game around here.
Yeah, we've had some good ones.
We have. When you get undersized, it's also a way of saying quick.
Logan, we had some undersized linemen back with Coach Voten, and we were running that wing tee. And
I mean, Billy, I played right tackle. And
on a broken leg, folks.
On a broken leg. I didn't want to bring it up, but I did play on a broken leg.
I will. I was coaching you after I graduated. That was a hell of a job. 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. Boda takes a snap. Throws it down the middle of the field. Day-Day Farmer, touchdown.
That's Edgecombe.
I apologize. That is Jaden Edgecombe.
That's 2 for him, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah. Simple little glance pattern from the slot.
3:30 left.
Boda really gets some zip on that ball, huh?
He's got a cannon. Kick is up and good.
Kick is good.
.330 left. Coco 44, Melbourne 3. What's going on, Caleb? Talking to little man, Caleb. Coco set to kick off. We are officially under a running clock. 35-point lead by the Tigers. Well, more than 35. 41-point
lead, yeah. And the game was already going quick to begin with. It's just now 9-10, and we're deep into the fourth quarter.
Well, Logan, please find some wood to knock on, because every game I've been at ain't been quick. So that young man has a foot, and it's going to Jalen's going to receive it at the 1 yard line. Going to try to get to the outside. Runs out of bounds.
I mean, he got to the 20. I would have let that one bounce, but still got to the 20.
Are you surprised high school hasn't adopted the college rules where inside that 20 you can fair catch it? Or
I am surprised. They kind of model college rules. I mean, with the catch rules and among other things. I am surprised that hasn't been incorporated.
O'Galley picks up a win, 28-13 over Harmony.
All right. Hard-fought game. That's that Harmony kind of blue-collar mentality they got. They're scrappy.
Physical, tough running back.
He's a bigger kid, if I remember correctly, too.
He is.
And they're going to throw a trick play here.
Incomplete.
Jet sweep, and Jalen Clark went to go pass it to Santiago. He was open, just underthrew him.
Incomplete pass by the Bulldogs will make it 2nd down.
Caleb, we got any post-game interview, or are you guys out of here to slow and low?
Nope, we're looking into
Slow and Low Barbecue. Alan Slaughter-Zinski and the BSN crew will be live for the high school post-game show at Slow and Low Barbecue in Vieira. Turner's going to throw it outside. Coco swarming.
Pass to Clark. It's going to be 3rd down for the Bulldogs.
$20 seconds left here, Coach. Final thoughts.
Well, the clock stopped. I don't know why.
Well, it's still rolling.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Just kidding. Final thoughts.
Bulldogs content to let the clock
Coco
go.
is deep. Coco is talented, and I mean we already knew that, but it kind of seemed like that Melbourne had their number, and they were still just kind of nonchalantly blew it open. And on the opposite side of that, I wasn't depressed with what I saw in Melbourne. Melbourne's got talent as well. They're not there yet. They're not quite there yet.
I'm thankful for Twitter for bringing this game together.
Yeah, I am too.
Well, your final tonight, Coco 44, Melbourne 3. We appreciate you tuning in to the Brevard Sports Network. Please don't forget to tune in to the postgame show with Alan at BSN at Slow and Low Barbecue. For Caleb, the cameraman, countdown 3, 2, 1, Brown, the most middle names I've ever seen. Logan Pettit. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a good night.